What's up everybody, DoolieRay here, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at Black Widow and Crossbones, both of whom I recently have pulled from crystals, and I think they're both pretty dang good. So if you want to join me over here in my champions list, we'll go ahead, I'll show you who I've got currently at the top. Right now, the top two rows here are the rank 4s and rank 5s that I have, and if you'll look closely, you'll notice none of them are skill. So I need to make a choice right now between Black Widow and Crossbones because I think they're the best that my skill class currently has to offer as 4 stars. And with my recent polling of Black Widow and awakening her and my last crystal opening, I think it's time to decide between Black Widow or Crossbones. If you'll take a look, here I have them compared side by side just so you can see their base stats. So as far as their abilities go, Black Widow gets defensive ability reduction from her signature ability, in which she has a certain percentage chance to just nix everything that the opponent does. Whereas Crossbones, based on the amount of furies that he has, reduces the ability accuracy of his opponent. So first we're going to take a look at damage. And the way we're going to test that out is by going up against the Winter Soldier in the Realm of Legends. I'm not going to take in any synergies or anything, just so I can try and keep it even as far as their base stats go. I do have suicides running right now, but it's on both of them and it's fair, I think. So we're just going to go ahead with that. So if you look to the right of the screen here, I will have stats keeping track of how much damage each of their attacks do. But anyways, they're running by themselves, no synergies, no nothing. Just pure natural abilities and also suicides. And yeah, there you go. That's Black Widow for you. Got her stats recorded over there, and we'll just go ahead and hop into Crossbones. Now, when playing Crossbones, the playstyle is so different. I do like it, I think, but it's just really different. Trying to keep those furies up is not as hard as I thought it would be, but it is still something that you have to keep track of. And he doesn't get any crits. Instead of crits, he actually gains a fury. And yeah, if you look here, I start really stacking those suckers up. 10. So that first special did a lot of damage. Although not too much more than Black Widow's did. And there you go. So yeah, it's kind of harder to keep track of Crossbones just because of how the Furies balance out. But in the end, it ends up that he actually does a lot more damage than Black Widow does. So in terms of damage, I declare Crossbones the winner. Yes! And so now we'll move on to ability reduction. And the way we're going to test this out is by running up against Magic and then against a Spider-Man. To test out their ability to reduce an opponent's ability accuracy. So I didn't actually look at Magic's stats at the time, but I did go back and look, and this Magic that I'm facing actually is almost entirely maxed out as far as the signature level goes, which means she has basically a 100% chance to get a limbo every time she gets a bar of power. So it's very important that my champions here can reduce her ability accuracy and not let her get those limbos. But on the first special here, Black Widow isn't able to stop her from getting a limbo, but on this next first special, she is. So it's kind of an off and on thing. Black Widow has like a 50% chance, I think, to reduce the accuracy of these limbos. But still, it's too much damage to deal with, and in the end, just I can't win. She doesn't get a limbo there, which surprised me, but I try to go in and I just get face smacked with the foot. Thank you, Magic. I'll go ahead and try this with Crossbones. but he does not actually fare much better. In fact, he does a whole lot worse just because of his furies versus the Mystic Dispersion of this magic here. It ends up being kind of abysmal. Yeah, even with 6 stacks of fury there, I can't stop her from getting a limbo, so power bar just goes up super quickly, and that third special is devastating against Crossbones. So, in terms of that, I would say Black Widow is a better option against magic just because Crossbones and his furies do not go well with Mystic Dispersion. So we'll go ahead and move on to the Spider-Man here, first with Black Widow, just to test out how she can do. Does not start off well, but I start to get the hang of it. And he's not evading all that much. I didn't look at his stats either. Ah, crap, I should have looked. But he has a pretty high chance to evade, I'm sure of it. I've been practicing trying to evade Spider-Man's first specials, and they just don't go so well for me. And on the second special of mine, I was pretty unlucky. But I play a little bit carefully. I get lucky with that Spider-Man first special dodge. Makes me look really good. And yeah, with that, I actually take him down with a bit of my health left. Wish I had more, but it's rank 3 right now, so I'm not too worried about that. So we'll go ahead and take Crossbones in here to compare, see how he does. And right off the bat, I just go for the overrun to get those Furies stacked up so Spider-Man won't be evading at all, actually. So I think Crossbones may actually be a better option for evade champions like Spider-Man or maybe Nightcrawler. And yeah, so I've now decided I'm gonna throw some signature stones in on Black Widow just to see if I can get that ability up at all. I've been saving these up for nothing in particular, and I can't think of a better champion to throw signature stones on as a skill class than Black Widow. So I'm just gonna go ahead, take a look at her stats currently. It's a 52% chance to reduce their ability triggering. So yeah, let's just go ahead and throw, like 20 stones on her. And that takes it up to 60% now. And I don't think it raised any of her other stats, but 60%. Let's go ahead and do some more, maybe another 20. And that will take it up to 64.5% now. Huh. So I think it's gonna end up being about 70% when I get her fully maxed out. So I'll just throw the rest of these signature stones I have onto her, see where she ends up. And it looks like she has a 67% chance now to reduce their ability accuracy. Hopefully that'll help us do better in these future fights. We're gonna go up against Magic first, test this out. And yeah, looks like it's working much better. First special, she doesn't get a limbo. Second special, she doesn't get a limbo either. So this is, oh, yes. I like this a lot more. She does get it there, but that's okay. Not too worried about that. Yeah, look at this. This is way better. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish her off now. Yeah, there we go. Still like half health. Wow, it's a lot better. Liking that a lot more. Test her out against Spider-Man as well. I'm gonna start this off pretty strong. He hasn't evaded yet. It's 10 hits without evasion. Oh, there we go. So I had 12. Really not bad at all. He didn't get to parry me there. Got another evade though, but not too worried. Oh man, I wanted to try and evade his first special again. I've been trying to practice against Spider-Man. He's one of my few weaknesses in this game. Just, it's really hard to deal with. And there we go, we finished him off. That was a really good special too. Glad I got that crit. So yeah, I'm liking her a lot more now. She's really fun to play as. And so we end up at the end here, where I have to make a decision of who I think is the better champion. And for this, I think I'm gonna have to say that I think that Crossbones is the better champion. And here's my reasoning behind that. So I've made a nifty little pros and cons sheet here for you to look at. It's kind of amateur, but it's just the first thoughts that I had about these champions while playing them. The pros for Black Widow are her prestige. You don't have to worry about maintaining any of her abilities because they're just part of her signature ability. And she's not available as a 5-star, so having her as a 4-star is much more rare and much more valuable. And the cons to her is she can't control her ability to reduce the accuracy of the opponent. Is just a percentage chance. If you look at the pros for Crossbones, he does better damage, he's more reliable as far as controlling the abilities of the opponent, and I'd say he's better for evade champions because against Nightcrawler, Black Widow has a disadvantage because against mutants she has a 15% less chance to reduce his accuracy, so he evades more. But Crossbones is just, you get a lot of Furies and he's done for. Cons for Crossbones is it's kind of difficult to maintain his Furies. Not too difficult, but it's something that you have to keep in mind, and he's really weak against Mystic Dispersion because of his Furies. But overall, I would say that he is the better champion, although... And I realized that I just said that I think that Crossbones is the better champion, but I'm actually going to be ranking up Black Widow. You're probably thinking that I'm an idiot right now, and it's quite possible that I am, but my reasoning behind this is just that Black Widow is not available as a 5-star, and Crossbones is. I could pull him as a 5-star, and I prefer to save resources for him as a 5-star because he'd be more powerful in that way. So I'm going to go ahead and save resources for Crossbones as a 5-star. I'll probably end up ranking him up anyways as a 4-star, but just for now I'm going to be ranking up Black Widow. So there you go. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Do you agree with my decisions? And would you like to see a rank up video for Black Widow, or is she an old enough champion that you don't need to know what her stats are when she gets ranked up higher? Whatever you're thinking, let me know down below in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in whatever I do next. You hang in there. I'll see you later.